Okay, so first I'm going to create a network. I'll just call it Vault-net on the basic, and just hit create. Now I make sure you go to inspect. You shouldn't see anything like isolate. That's perfect. Okay. Next, I'm going to go to images here, and then I'm going to create a new container. For example, Vaultwarden. I already pulled it earlier. Just hit this button here, and I'm going to call this one Vaultwarden. Oops, Vaultwarden. Okay, the volumes are, I believe I do need some, yes, I do need, what do I need here? I do need, yes. So this Vault, the VW data, obviously for Vaultwarden, it's here, and it's going to be /data. Okay, we need some environmental variables. It's mapped to, the internal port 80 is mapped to 9000. That's perfectly fine. So environmental variables here, we need a domain. And that will be mapped to https vw.domain.tld. And I believe that's all we need. Okay, so just hit, before we go to start a container, is I need to, I can do this on the command line, which I want to do. I want to see if there's a way to do this. There should be a networking here. So you see here it says networking, create a network stack. There's no networking, user defined bridge. Yes, I want to use VaultNet. There we go. And so I want to use VaultNet, and I'll hit start container. Okay, so it's running. We go back to images. Now I'm looking for the Nginx proxy manager. I'm going to start that one as well. Now this one, because we're already using port 9000, so I'm just going to use for 443, 9001 is fine. For port 80, I'm going to use 9002. And for port 81, I'll use 9003. Now, I'm not going to start it here because I need to give this guy a name. So I just put npm, but we're not done yet. So this one also needs some volumes. So this one, we go to npm, and we need data. So data will be mapped to /data. Okay, we need another one, and that's the let's encrypt, and that should be /etc/let's encrypt. We're not going to actually use that one, but if you're on a let's encrypt, how do you spell encrypt? Encrypt, I think that's how you spell it. Missing some, or missing a Y. Encrypt. There we go. Now we go to the networking tab here, and I'm going to pick user defined as well, and then we're going to use VaultNet. Then I'm going to click start container. Okay, so now, so this one is, yeah, so this one is going to be fine. Now, what I'm going to do is, since this one is also working, that's perfect. I need to go back to networks and see if they're isolated. So let me click on the network, inspect. Hopefully I don't see isolation here. So as far as I can tell, yeah, they're no longer isolated. Before, when I added them on the command line, they got isolated for some reason. So these ones are not isolated, so meaning that they should be able to talk to each other. That was the problem before. They were isolated, so they were not able to talk to each other. You see here we have NPN and we have Vaultwarden, so they should be able to talk to each other. Now, if we go back to our here, the proxy manager, I created this earlier, so I just hit refresh. I think we should, yeah. So basically, I'll show you the settings. It's vw.domain.tld. Scheme should be HTTP. Vaultwarden is obviously, I'll explain that later. And then port 80, public accessible, make sure WebSockets is on. If we go to SSL, just make sure you pick the Vaultwarden self-sign. I'll show you how I installed that one. If we go here, we go to certificates. You can see here, I will go to, yeah, so it's basically just pick the key. It was a self-signed one. So basically this one, Vaultwarden, this is the certificate, this is the key. That's all you need to add. You don't need the intermediate or anything. So that's it. So now this should be working. So if we go here, we go to 9000, HTTPS VW 9000, this should be working now. There we go. It's working. So it's HTTPS because it's a self-signed certificate. So I'm going to hit create account, and then I'm going to create an account at what is it? Oops, should be Edward. Show.local, and it's asking for a name. I just say Edward. Okay, so it wants a master password. Okay, that's weak. Let me see. What? And let's create our account. Okay, so I'm not gonna, I'll just click add later. Yeah, that's fine. So make sure you get the extension if you want the extension. There's also another extension to tell you to have. So unfortunately, this is not very friendly. It's not very user friendly, as you can see, but this should be fine. So yeah, so we have Vaultwarden. I've shown you guys before. You can import data from other wallet, whatever. You can install the browser extension. I'm going to dismiss this too right now. You can add a new item, and then here you can send tools. As you can see here, yeah. If you want to create passwords, password generator as well. And then here we have some reports. And then we have settings. Obviously, my username is Edward. You can change the email and everything. So as I said before, what happened was when the way this is an addendum. The reason it didn't work before was very simply because I actually I created a network in Podman desktop, and when I added them to the network, I use a command. And now that did work before. For some odd reason, it didn't work today, but here we go. So you can see it's working. It's working beautifully. Yeah. So let's actually create a password. So you can also switch products. Obviously, we just have one, which is the password manager. So we can add, there's no item, so let's add a new item. So I can say something like, let me see, laptop. I'll just say laptop login. You know, you can create folders, and I'll say the username. The username is Tommy Boy. Okay. Oh, Tommy Boy. I don't know if they're still around. And I'll put in the super secure password. 3, if you have an authenticator, or if you want to generate a password, you can do that as well. I'm not going to do that. So if you wanted so this is why the plugin was asking you for autofill, because for example, if you want to log into specific password, you can add a password here. This one doesn't have a website because it's a laptop. And I said, this is a main laptop. Okay, and that's it. Click install. Hit save. And that's it. So there's one item, and in Adobe you can add multiple items. I'm just showing you how this works. So I'm going to click X here. You can see we have the laptop login, and then you can add way more items as well. I wish this could be, I wish I could resize this so you guys can see all my vault. Obviously there's nothing here. Let me see if I can make this bigger, wider here. And get this out of here and make this wider so you guys can hopefully see what's going on here. Okay, there we go. I just wanted to show you this. So you can see all my vaults, If you have organizations, you can put information here. Obviously, I'm the only one right now. Go back to the dashboard and favorites, login, cards. If you have SSH keys, you can also add them here. You can add notes, bin, right? Obviously login. Yeah, so you can said you can add it. It's a pretty straightforward program, and as you guys saw in the settings, there's my account, there's security, master password, two-step login, devices, keys. Obviously, I haven't added any keys as well, but you can if you wish. Appearance, domain rules, and you can see here equivalent domains, etc., as well. Emergency access, fantastic feature. So yeah, so now you guys will see this is one of the reasons I prefer to always do things on the command line, because you see the problem with GUI, it didn't tell me what the problem was. I had to literally go on the command line and figure it out. I'm glad I figured it out now. I'll show you how you can remove this. So first of all, let's log out. Okay, so we're logged out of here. Let's also log out of the Nginx proxy manager, and I'll show you how to remove this. Now we're going to use Podman Desktop here to remove this. So it won't let me delete the network because we have the containers running. So the first thing we need to do is stop the containers. Now, the reason I didn't create a pod was because Vaultwarden internally uses port 80, and so does the Nginx proxy manager, right? So they both use port 80 internally. So they do communicate each other in the same network. So that's why I couldn't create a pod, because there would be a conflict. So instead, yeah, so I'm just going to select both. I think I should be able to delete both at the same time. I don't know if to allow me. Yeah, it looks like it does allow me. Because before there was a bug where it only do one at a time, so delete it. Now I can go and delete the this network. Click yes. The network is deleted. Perfect. Now if we go back to our images, you see we have this proxy manager. I'm going to delete that because we don't need it anymore. And I'm also going to delete Vaultwarden because we don't need that anymore. We're done with this tutorial. So hopefully it will delete both. Did it delete both? Or is that bug still there? Delete both images. Oh, it looks like they did fix that bug. Yeah, both images are gone. That's it. We don't need Podman Desktop anymore. And then I'll show you how to delete this folder. Now, because if we actually go back one, sometimes there's a lock and you're not able to delete it. Let me see if I can actually just delete it, show you GUI way. Oh, nothing is locked. So I should be simply just delete this, put it in the trash. Okay, so move to trash. Okay, I can move to trash and we can empty the trash. Okay, so that's simple. I do like that. So that's another reason I like Podman, because it didn't use root at all. Perfect. Fantastic. So there you go. It's gone, done, dusted, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.